Good start. Hello and welcome back to the Most Dangerous Podcast. I'm James, and over at the other side is Fraser. The other side of the northwest is Fraser. How are you doing this week, Fraser?
I'm okay, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I've got a holiday 7 days from today, but I've got 6 shit days of work to get through first.
Cool. Where are you going?
Going to France, just to Brittany, Eurocamp.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Do you know, I've heard about this Eurocamp.
Mhm.
It's all the rage, apparently, because it's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Well, it's not cheap. I'm not saying you're cheap. You've got lots of kids. It's understandable. Yeah, no, it's reasonably priced.
Mhm.
And it's really decent. They've got like swimming pools on there, haven't they, and slides and all that stuff.
The one we're going to has got a massive dome, big water park in it, a big outdoor swimming pool. Imagine Centre Parks in the sun.
Yeah, and you live in like a sort of chalet, sort of static home type thing, don't you, for a week or two?
And what the reason is that because we've got the 5 kids, there's 7 of us. I priced up Lanzarote for 1 week, all inclusive, $8,000.
Bloody hell, really?
Right. Yep. Because
summer
first
holidays
of all,
as well.
The summer holidays, but we need 2 rooms. You can't get us all in one room. We've got 8 flights, so it's almost like booking 2 families' holidays.
Yeah, and I suppose it's $4,000 is probably like a reasonable amount for a family of 4, isn't it? Like you'd guess. Well, kind of expensive, but my liking.
This was, I mean, the Eurocamp still a couple of grand for the 10 nights we're there, but I can drive. It's 140 quid in the ferry.
You're driving down there?
Driving, yeah. It's the north of France, though. It's north.
Yeah.
So
have you done that before?
I've driven to the south of France many years ago.
Oh, yeah, when you lived there for a bit.
And I've driven in America a few times. So
yeah, it takes a while to get. I mean, I've never done it, but I imagine it just takes a few near misses to sort of liven you up, and then you're on it. Then
that's it. And the main majority of it's the motorway, so you don't really know what side you're on anyway when you're on.
Yeah,
it's not.
And not many people use the motorways because it's all tolled, isn't it?
True. Yeah.
It's like they're so much quieter than the UK motorways.
Mm-hmm.
From my experience of not driving in France.
Well, what I remember, they have a really good rule. You can do, now it's all in kilometres now, but the equivalent is if it's dry, you can do 80 miles an hour. And if it's raining, you can only do 60.
Oh, right.
So it's kind of, if it's nice and it's dry and it's a bit safer, then you can welly it a bit more. But if it's raining, go a bit slower.
Is that because everyone kicked off when they reduced the speed to 60 on motorways?
Probably, yeah.
Remember they had all those protests, didn't they?
Yeah.
Fair dues, France. I love that. I've said this before, man.
I know.
They make things happen. Like, no, we're not having this. So that the government, because I think because like back in the day, King Louis, whatever his number was, got decapitated.
Mm-hmm.
Marie Antoinette and all that. I think like the sort of governments look at it and go, fucking hell, if we don't sort of bend here, they're going to cut our heads off. So we'll better do something. So they always sort of like compromise and go, all right, well, if it's warm, you can do fair dues, man. I think that was probably because of it.
Yeah, but I mean, the country belongs to the people, so the people should have a say in it.
Well, that's
that. But
absolutely. Well, we're not a political podcast, and obviously all the shit that's been going on in the UK over the past week, we don't want to go into. It's been done 1,000 times.
Not really much that, but no, looking forward to that. But like, as it's like 7 days away, and I don't have any spending money. I've got to get these jobs done like next week and make sure they go okay and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm quite reliant. That's with my job that I do now. I don't really get wages. I make money.
Yeah. That's the way you've liked it forever, though, isn't it?
I know.
Eurocamp. It's a good thing because we were looking at. I think we're going to do it next year.
Mm-hmm.
We saw one in Croatia, and it was like £145 for like 5 nights.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, but it was like a really sort of weird time of year. But
yeah. There's some lovely deals. There's one in Holland that we looked at and we nearly did, and it's even got a proper theme park as part of it, water park, theme park. Now other people from outside can come and visit the theme parks, like an Alton Towers thing, but it's part of the Eurocamp. You can literally walk out your caravan and go on the roller coasters and stuff.
Just having a nice relaxing beer on the balcony, and it's
splashed with sick and stuff like that. If you've seen this, a video going around of a roller coaster, and it's just a loop. It's just a single loop that you go round, and as it goes up and it gets to the top of the loop, someone spews, and as it comes back down, everyone in the train gets splattered.
That was on The Simpsons, wasn't it?
everything's happened on The Simpsons stuff, but
Predicted.
there's a proper video of that.
Yeah, no, I've not seen that one. What was I going to say? Oh, guess what happened today?
Go on.
No, you've got to guess.
Oh, right. I don't know.
No, talking about holidays,
Mhm.
my partner won a competition again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she won. It was a Minions competition for Cineworld. You might have seen it on Facebook and stuff.
No.
She won 100 tickets for 4X, whatever it is. You know, the cinema.
Oh, you explained that in a previous episode, yeah, where they
Yeah. So it's 100
spray
tickets.
and hit you and stuff.
That's it. So 100 tickets for that, but that's not the best thing. I mean, that's probably about 1,500 quid, to be fair,
Oh,
100
yeah.
tickets. And a holiday for a family of 4 to a luxury French chateau. And you get picked up and arrive in a hot air balloon.
Really?
Yeah. And it's got like a really huge zip wire park there. So I'll be doing that. I'll be doing zip wires before you do them.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that could be our holiday. I mean, I'm going away as well, same time as you. But yeah, so yeah,
Can they steer a hot air balloon, or do they just hope it lands where you're meant to be going?
Yeah, I think you can, can't you?
Must be able to.
Yeah. But so yes, that's happening at some point, probably next year.
Amazing. You've won a few holidays in your past, haven't you?
I've not. Katie goes in for a few competitions.
Yeah.
She won a holiday to Costa Rica.
I was going to say, yeah, you went somewhere like way over America. Was that the Costa Rica one?
So we went to Costa Rica for I think it was like a week.
Yeah.
But then the flight back was the connection flight was New York. So we said to the competition company, we were like, okay, well, we'll do that in Costa Rica, but you know, the connecting flight in New York, can you make that like a week later as well?
Right.
So we stopped off and we had a long stopover in New York for literally 5 days. So we paid for the hotels and stuff. So we had a week in Costa Rica, a week in New York, and then came home and she won it all. The only thing we had to pay for was accommodation spends in New York.
Amazing. I never win competitions, but I never enter any, so
yeah,
it's unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
So you've had your new job. You told us last week you were starting your new job. How's it gone?
I'm dying, man. Dying.
Was the grass not greener? No.
The job's all right. I mean, I had a few teething problems, which we discussed earlier, which I won't go into here. But I'm just absolutely shattered. I was told it was working for hybrid. I was told, and I was under the impression it'd be like first day. What are you doing here? Get back home. You're supposed to be working from home. So no, it's not that. So I've been in every single day this week. I'm doing 12-hour days. I'm on public transport, which is fucking awful and all. And I've come in with a bit of feels like a fever, but I don't know whether that's because I'm so tired, or whether it's because I'm using a horrible bus. So it's been a bit of a slog this week, and I'm struggling, to be honest.
Yeah. Everyone's got COVID just now, so.
Well, that's what I was thinking. So I started to feel a little bit unwell around about sort of 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's because I've not interacted with people for about 4 years, to be honest. Like my old job, it was just my office, and then the only time then it was there was about 4 people in the office, and then the job before that was my office, and it was the same thing. So this is the first time since COVID, really, that I've actually sort of mingled with actual real people.
See, I really don't like people.
That's my problem as well. What do you want to talk about now?
I don't know what we've got planned. Well, we've got some dangerous news to do. But I think before we do that, we obviously need to remind people a couple of things. We are going to take a break, people.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it's a good time to basically follow us on the socials, on Facebook, The Most Dangerous Podcast, on YouTube, TikTok. I wouldn't really bother with that, to be honest, but certainly Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And if you're not subscribing, if you just stumbled upon this episode, then subscribe to us, because we are going to be taking a break for probably 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's not a super long break. It's just a bit of refresher, because we're both on holiday anyway. It was kind of good timing that we both booked at the same time. So yeah, I can't do it next week because I'm literally driving to like Great Yarmouth or something.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
the
you're
night before I leave, so I'll be.
and then we're both away the Friday after, so we can't do it. So we're going to have a bit of a break and just chill and relax, enjoy the sun.
Yeah.
Well, you will. I probably won't.
So don't think we've fallen out and we've fucked it off, or we've just got pissed off with doing it. We will be back, and we'll be back with season 3. We're going to shake it up a little bit. It'll be much the same, but I think there'll be a few wee differences as well.
I guess so. Yeah, we're having internal discussions about how we can make it better for everyone involved, and when I say everyone involved, I meant the listeners, really.
The listeners, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not bothered about us.
Yeah. The vagueness is because we don't actually know yet what we're going to do, but we're going to do something.
That's why we need a holiday, to come back refreshed with new ideas.
Absolutely. And the other thing I definitely want to remind you is that I am going to be cycling from Chester to Snowdonia 21st of September. I still only have one sponsor, one donation.
Really?
From a dear friend of mine, Tyler. I'm gonna give him a shout out because he's donated £50.
50? Wow, nice one, Tyler.
Incredible.
What a legend! Why, listeners, aren't you following in Tyler's footsteps and being a legend just like him?
I know. But yeah, he's a good listener to the show. Texts me wee bits about episodes. Good, devoted listener. And to donate £50, incredible. But I want a lot more than that. This
Definitely.
is a good charity, and I'm not riding from here to Snowdonia for one £50 donation.
I mean, yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. So put your hands in your pockets, guys. Let's get moving. I know I'm not doing it. I haven't got legs to stand near it.
And not only
I will be putting my hand in my pocket, but I've changed jobs. My payday's changed.
I know, yeah, he's got excuses. Got to get his first paycheck. But not only am I cycling from Chester to Snowdonia to do the zip line, the zip line's costing me £120. So
you've not even covered your costs.
I know. I phoned him and said, I'm doing it for charity. Is there any chance you can let me do it for free? He said, do you know how many calls a day we get?
Yeah.
Dickheads saying stuff like that.
Dickheads, called you a dickhead on the phone. That's nice.
So, yeah. Anyway, but no, I'm looking forward to doing it. But please sponsor me. And if you don't want to sponsor me, share it with someone that does. That'd be helpful.
Excellent. Right. Okay. I think that's it for the intro. I guess we'll move on to dangerous news. Okay then, Fraser. So it's your week to do dangerous news. So what have you got?
God, when you said slim pickings last week, I was on about page 3 of Google before I found anything.
Yeah.
And I found a website.
I was going to say this is good. It's good to have a couple of weeks off because it all refreshes.
Yeah, we need some weird shit to happen.
Yeah.
I found a website called Oddities or something.
Oh, I've seen that one. I think it is on about page 3. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're really scraping the barrel.
Yeah.
It's like those kind of stories you think, is that real? So the first one we've got is a 38-year-old woman moves into a retirement home to escape life's rat race. I have noticed a lot of these stories are actually based in China.
How old was she? 30 what?
38.
38. Sounds all right to me.
I met a guy that was in his late 20s and he'd retired because he'd made so much money.
But yeah, this is a bit different though, isn't it? Yeah. Because you just can't be asked.
I know.
You can't do that here though. You have to be over a particular age.
I'd like to think so.
No, it's a requirement in the lease.
Is it?
Yeah, you can't be under a certain age. Otherwise, everyone would just move in, wouldn't they?
I bet it's not. What will it be, like 55 or something?
I think it's 55. Yeah. Most places.
So, in a move that has baffled and amused many, 38-year-old Ms. Yang decided she needed a change from her hectic screenwriting career in China's film and television industry. The job had worn her down, so it's not like she's scrubbing floors or anything. The job had worn her down, and after a health scare landed her in the hospital, her doctor sternly advised her to slow down. With no immediate family and seeking tranquility, Ms. Yang turned to an unlikely solution, a retirement home. So Ms. Yang, barely out of her 30s, moved into the retirement home in Jilin City. I wanted to see if it was as boring as people said, she told Six Park News. Plus, she needed a place to rest, get basic medical care, and enjoy some peace. Forget luxury hotels. Miss Yang chose a nursing home for its predictable schedule and healthy meals.
I like this. This is a good idea. I think I would like to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you still have to pay for it, though, don't you? I mean, you don't get everything for free.
Yeah, I imagine she will. I mean, it doesn't actually say whether or not she stopped work altogether. So she could
Yeah,
be living in the retirement home, still knocking out a couple of, screenplays and stuff like that.
yeah. I mean, and when you said it's not like she's scrubbing floors, I mean that's so like. I know that's a tough job, but I don't know many like screenwriters. I don't know how stressful it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
to be honest.
I mean, I bet screenwriting probably, it's not physical work, but I bet they do sit up late at night through the night.
You got deadlines.
Yeah.
This needs to be done by 12 o'clock tomorrow, and you haven't
Mhm.
written something on the page. You're going, shit.
Yeah, plenty of coffee and all that jazz.
Yeah, well, she's got coffee plenty in the new retirement home.
So she says, I go to bed at 9 p.m., rise early, I read, write novels, and help elderly residents pen their memoirs. That's nice.
That's good. Yes, she's also doing a service.
Yeah.
Maybe she's charging.
Probably, yeah. Probably. I mean, memoirs, they're not. I always wonder about memoirs, because I, about 2 years ago, published my dad's blog that he did. He found out he was terminally ill and blogged for 16 months and actually published them all into a book for people to read.
Yeah.
And I realised that no one was actually interested.
It's more of a personal thing, isn't it?
It's his blog.
Yeah. It's like it's for you and your children. I know some of them are quite young, so they probably don't remember him that well. But I know some of them are a little bit older and they will.
Yeah.
So when they get a little bit older, you can say, "Well, this is what your granddad did" and stuff. So it's more of a personal thing. I like the idea of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my great grandfather Dan's journals that he kept. Have you seen the film War Horse?
Yes. No, I haven't. No,
about the horses that worked during the First World War. They were
I've seen. They did a play about it and stuff, didn't they? I know about it. I didn't really fancy that.
Well, that was him. He was in charge of the horses during the First World War. He was quite high up.
No, for real, right?
The ones that got injured, caring for them and all this. And I've got all his journals that he wrote all through the war and everything and stuff like that. And they're quite interesting. But
they probably would be of interest to people, to be honest.
Possibly,
because
yeah.
People like that film, and like you said, there's a West End play about it. So I think that, and you got war museums and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think they would be of interest.
Possibly. They're in my loft. Stuffed in like a cornflakes box or something.
I think you should drag them out and have a chat with someone in the War Museum.
So I'm going to leave Miss Yang at that. Basically, she's quite happy there and she's got no plans to leave. So story number 2. Dad's meltdown at beauty pageant ends in gunfire.
Wow.
Guess where this was?
I'm going to say like California or Texas.
I thought it was, actually. I read it wrong. It's in Brazil.
Oh.
I thought it said Atlanta. It's Altamira.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, California and Texas.
But you would expect that, wouldn't you? Beauty pageant, dad, gunfire. Yeah, Texas.
I mean, there's no smoke without fire, I suppose.
True. So in a twist straight out of a Wild West movie, a beauty pageant in Altamira, Brazil, turned into real-life drama when a disgruntled dad decided to unleash his fury on the judges after his daughter only snagged 4th place.
Wow.
The peculiar scene unfolded on July the 28th at the Il Baile de Escola da Rihanna pageant. Hours after the event wrapped up, Sebastião Francisco, a local rancher and evidently a sore loser, took issue with the judge's decision. Convinced his daughter was robbed of the crown, he decided to express his discontent by pulling out a revolver and aiming at the judges.
Fucking, what a psychopath. I mean, who brings a revolver to a beauty pageant to start
True,
with?
Yeah. I've heard... I was listening to someone talking about the Olympics, and it was a Scottish roar or something on one of these podcasts I listened to, and he was talking about some of the Olympics he'd been to, and he said this one's been brilliant because Tokyo was COVID.
Yeah.
And before that was Rio. And he was like, you couldn't leave your hotel. He said you had to get security to just go down the street to a shop because it was so dangerous there.
Maybe I know people who've been to like Brazil, Rio and stuff, and they're the Copacabana beach and stuff, and they've gone to that, and I don't know. I mean, it's got a bad rep, fair dues, in the shanty towns and stuff, I suppose, but like downtown Brazil, I don't know really.
I think.
He's been. I haven't, so I don't know. But
what he said though is, I think that there were people specifically out targeting Olympians.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah.
They knew they were probably out with a decent phone, a camera, and a bit of money to, out enjoying themselves and stuff like that. But yeah, he said it was quite scary, really.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, if you're sort of well known.
Yeah.
And I suppose
it could be kidnappings.
Yeah.
Face.
That's it. I mean, I don't know how much athletes earn, but I suppose
actually.
I don't think it's that much, is it?
No.
I think you can make a decent wage if you're kind of good at it, I guess.
They make more out of sponsorships than they do out of the.
Yeah, but I do think there's perhaps a misconception that they're all kind of wealthy and like sports stars type thing. But I don't think they're definitely not as well paid as basketballers and baseballers and footballers and stuff like that.
Yeah. I can't remember where it was now. Okay, so despite the presence of private security and military police, Francisco's rage boiled over. Witnesses said he felt his daughter's fourth place finish was a personal affront. Convinced she was the true queen, he tried to play executioner, but was quickly neutralised by police before he could cause more harm. Neutralised.
Yeah. It's like he melted into thin air or something.
Pile of dust.
Did they kill him?
Yeah.
It sounded like really like, did they kill him? Yeah. Excited.
I mean, neutralised. It's got to be, that's death, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Like, yeah, that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah,
nice day out.
I know.
Look what happened.
But she'll probably gone home, going, because I'm not pretty enough to come first. My dad's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the guilt of that kid.
Yeah, I know. That's bad, that, isn't it? So well done him.
Yeah. Father of the year there. Authorities are investigating the incident to see if there was a way to avoid deadly outcome. In the meantime, Altamira's beauty pageants may need to beef up security and perhaps hand out participation trophies.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I like the word "maybe" in there. Let's have a think about it.
Yeah. Okay, I liked this story. I thought this was brilliant because I've actually suffered from sleepy driving quite a lot in my life.
Have you?
Oh, yes, yeah. You know those rumble strips at the side of motorways?
Yeah. Shit me up them.
The person that invented them has kept me alive. 100%.
I don't think I've ever kind of sort of got that far. Yeah. But I have kind of like not been been over on one side a bit too far. And it kind of goes, you go.
Have you seen, I think it's in Hungary, there's a musical road.
Yeah.
Is it like these strips?
It's like Mario Kart, isn't it? Like Rainbow Road with all the lights and stuff. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that one. There's one I'm sure it's in Hungary. And they put strips on the road so that if you're driving the right speed, the distance between the strips make different sounds. So as you're driving along, it goes do 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 like that. It plays like a tune.
Yeah,
it's cool. But you've got to drive at the right speed to make the tune sound good, and it's their way of controlling.
Yeah,
showing people this is how fast you should be going.
All right, that's kind of a weird idea, but I guess I like it. There is one that's like a Rainbow Road, I'm sure. It's just lights, it's like through like a big long tunnel. I think it's a big long tunnel or something, and it's just lights and stuff. And it's just like I can't sleep.
So it's very distracting. Right, okay, so this one is China's new rave-tastic solution to sleepy drivers: laser light shows on motorways.
There we go. Right, maybe it's that. Maybe I've just spoiled your news story.
Well, I'll read a wee bit and see if it gets boring. In a move that sounds like a plot twist from a sci-fi flick, Chinese authorities are testing a colourful laser light show on motorways to keep truck drivers from dozing off behind the wheel.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Is
this it? Yeah, have you seen this?
Yeah.
The dazzling display, which has gone viral, looks more like a rave than a road safety measure, and the reviews are, well, mixed. Clips of vibrant beams shooting from motorway signs have been making the rounds on social media, leaving many to wonder if China's highways have turned into impromptu festivals. So yeah, basically, big laser light show above you when you're driving along the motorway.
Maybe you could edit the bit out where I just went through it all.
I don't know. No, I'll leave it in. It's funny. But that, I don't know, that would put me to sleep even more.
I don't know about that. Lasers being shot in your eyes. It would probably make you crash more. Don't know if it make you go to sleep.
But that makes me think of two things, right? First of all, China. I remember reading a story about China a year or so ago that they started an eye for an eye punishment on certain crimes.
Okay.
And if you were caught driving with your full beam on when you shouldn't be, they made you sit. They strapped you to a chair and made you sit staring into a truck with full beam on for 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Yeah, it's like your punishment. You had to sit and stare into it.
I suppose that wouldn't fully burn your retinas.
No.
It'd still be all right after 60 seconds. When I got my new car a few years ago, I drove down to Pembrokeshire for a summer holiday, and I didn't realise the full beam was on because it was a brand new car, and like I just thought that was. I was quite new to driving as well. It's just the lights are blue in this car, so it's just the light signal's blue in this one because the car's blue as well. So I just drove for like 4.5 hours just on full beam.
Shit.
And there was like,
did you wonder why people were flashing you?
Yeah, truck drivers on the other side of the road, like fully flashing me. I remember like I pulled into like Newport, and I was going. So I think it was like a detour. What's the word?
Yeah.
For it? You know, and so I went through like
diversion.
The what?
Diversion.
That's what I was looking for. I'm very tired. And I was sort of driving through these sort of like city streets really, and then. I sort of drove next to this car with like a couple of lads in it, and one of the lads just goes, gives me the full-on finger from the back window. I was like, "What? I don't understand what's going on." It was only when I got there that I realised that if I sort of wiggle the stick in a certain way, I was like, "Oh yeah, no way."
Shit, yeah, my full beam spin. Because some cars. It's the same to flash as it is to put the full beam on. So if you pull it back to flash too hard, it sticks on. So you flick it a little bit to flash and pull it back harder to leave the full beam on. And that's frustrating.
If I remember, mine's a bit of a design fault because it's on the indicator side. So if I sometimes when you flick the indicator, I think you have to pull the lever in towards yourself to turn the full beam on.
Right, so you can knock it.
And sometimes when I knock the indicator, sort of if I'm turning left or right, sorry, I'll knock it up and pull the stick in at the same time, and then I'll be driving along for like 5 minutes and getting flashed. Oh fuck, sorry.
My current car, I actually had it 6 months before I discovered this. It's got automatic full beam, so you can put it on, and when it detects headlights coming the other way, it dips it and then back on, dips and on. That's great.
Yeah, until it doesn't work. That's the problem with all these automated things.
Yeah,
you know, like it's good. They are good in principle, but then sometimes they just don't work properly. No, I've got automated. I think everyone's got these automated windscreen wipers. So I'll be driving along and the rain will start, but it'll just be like drizzle, and it's there going like 100 miles an hour.
They go fucking mad, don't they?
You sat in traffic and everyone's looking at you, going, "What's going on in there?"
Yeah. My car actually, it's got all the mod cons and hasn't got automatic windscreen wipers. I was annoyed about that.
Oh yeah,
but
they're not all that.
I've just got used to it not having them. So another quick story. Talking about falling asleep in the road. Many years ago, my dad came to tea in the park with me. It's the year 2000 or 2001, and he decided we went Saturday night, Sunday night, stayed at Ruby's in Glasgow Friday night and Saturday night. So we didn't camp. Went each day. And we were meant to go back to Ruby's on the Sunday night after watching. It was meant to be Ocean Colour Scene, I think, but Moby took the main stage.
Oh yeah,
because he was meant to be headlining the tent, but there'd been a crush in a tent somewhere else, and people had died when Moby was playing, so they moved him to the main stage.
What, at Tea in the Park?
Not a Tea in the Park, in
I was
like
gonna say,
in Holland or something.
Oh, right, okay.
So he'd performed in a tent, and he'd just become so big that so many people wanted to see him. So they moved him to the main stage. So he was headlining, and I wanted to see him. So we stayed right to the end, and I'd had about 4 pints during the day. So I probably wasn't all right to drive. I was kind of all right to drive. I mean, I'd had 4 pints over 12 hours. I was probably fine.
It would have been all right. I mean, the best thing is not to. That's all, is it? But it does take it.
Of course.
It's that's a decent amount of time for it to come out of your system, I would have thought.
Yeah. So my dad said to me, he said, look, I don't want to go back to stay at Ruby's tonight. I want to get back down the road tonight because I want to be in work tomorrow. I've got a customer I want to go and see. I said, that's fine. He said, I tell you what, he says, I'll give you Monday off if you drive home so I can sleep. Right? And when I thought about it later, I thought I had Monday off anyway because we weren't meant to be driving home till Monday. So I said, that's fine. I said, that's okay. So left Tea in the Park midnight. I'd had a few pints. I had a long day at a festival. It was 4.5 hours drive. Got on the road. So driving. Dad says to me, he says, listen, I've got this CD someone gave me. It's called Buddha Bar. And there's these Buddha Bar CDs. There's like 20 or 30 editions of them.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, the name. Maybe you showed it to me before.
Possibly. And there's like these DJs. And it's quite good music, but it's all quite...
spiritual stuff,
quite
isn't it?
Spiritual, yeah.
And like bongos and all that.
So he fixed this fucking Buddha Bar in and then goes to sleep. And I was driving down the motorway, and I swear to God, it was like this, this like fucking music. I'm driving along, and I'm looking out the window, and there's like Chinese dragons flying beside the car and all this. And how I got home alive that night, no idea.
Just
absolutely,
the home
drifting across lane to lane and stuff like that. And you know that you wake up the next morning, you think, "Fuck, I don't even remember driving home."
That's happened before. Yeah.
But yeah, that was mad. Do you want? I've got another little short story.
Yeah, go on. Why not?
Go for it. It's fun.
Fun one.
Okay, so chefs spice up dishes with anti-diarrheal drugs to mask expired ingredients.
What?
So, in a culinary caper that could only happen in Jiangsu, China, 2 restaurants.
Yeah, you could only happen there, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Where the fuck
Don't
is
know
that?
who writes these things.
Man over there.
Typical fucking Jiangsu. What are they like? 2 restaurant chefs have been sentenced to prison for their uninnovative approach to food safety, lacing dishes with anti-diarrheal drugs to counteract expired ingredients. Now, I'm going to keep the story short, right? Because I've already done 3. Basically, they had a load of ingredients. They were like, they're on the turn. They've gone off. Don't really want to throw them out, but they'll give everyone the shits.
Yeah,
so if we just put Diacam in with them, then it counteracts it and they'll be fine. They won't have the shits.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
So you give them like bad food, they're going to get the shits. But so you put diarrhea tablets in, so they're going to get the shits. It doesn't make any sense.
So anti-diarrhea.
Was it?
Anti-diarrhea, yeah.
Oh, stop having the shits. So you get the shits from the food, but then you get bunged up by the tablets.
Absolutely, yeah. What
an
idea.
Balances.
Yeah. I mean, it's one up from just giving them a cork to put in on the way home, isn't it?
yeah, I guess so, yeah.
But I've heard stories about like Indian takeaways and Chinese takeaways, and that the chicken's gone off and they wash it in bleach and rinse it and stuff to take the smell away. And but I think
these things do happen.
Yeah. I mean, you think all the years of the kebabs and the takeaways you've had, the stuff you've probably eaten, but
they're still here. Shit. Yeah.
So that was this week's dangerous news. Anyway.
All right, wonderful. That was a long section this week.
I know a few tangents we went off on there, though.
A little bit, yeah. We did go off on a little bit of a tangent there and there. Anyway, thank you very much for your efforts, Fraser. That was this week's dangerous news.
Okay, James, so we're coming to the end of our mini-series on British serial killers. So we've had Marianne Cotton, we've had the Harold Shipman story that you presented 2 weeks ago, and I brought to the world Bible John, who's relatively famous, unknown serial killer in Glasgow. What have we got this week? I'm excited.
Yeah, okay, right, Fraser. Okay. Well, I've got a bit of a confession to make, to be honest.
Go on.
Well, how can I put it? The dog ate my homework. Does that work? I don't have anything this week, Fraser.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Right. The reason being, and we did speak about this off air and earlier today. So, I know this is just a lame excuse. So, I've been working very, very hard this week, and I feel really guilty. Sorry, everyone. I've just been absolutely I just have not had time to like just get anything together. If any, I want it to be decent. You know what I mean? I don't just want to throw something together for the sake of throwing something together. I'm absolutely shattered. The plan was to come in tonight and just try and get something just so I could get something down, but I don't feel great, and I've been doing 12-hour days for the past week, and I'm really sorry, but I run out of time this week.
Don't worry about it. An easier option would have been you could have gone out and killed 2 or 3 people and then talked about yourself.
And then, actually, now you mention it, I'm the serial killer this week. No, it's apologies. I don't have anything. So I'm just completely done in. It's just been a mad, chaotic week. And it got to like certain days. I was like, I've got to do it, I've got to do it. And then time just ran out. Time just got the better of me. Let's say I'm doing 12-hour days at the moment, which is a bit mad. I don't think I've like my partner before. She was like, well, that's just a job. You know, like just get on with it. But she's right. She's right. I mean, sure, many people do these sort of hours, but I've just been completely shattered. And I think, like, just to sort of highlight the point for it, this is why we're just having a little bit of a break, to be honest, because I think me personally, I'm completely burnt out. I'm really looking forward to my holiday. So, yeah, that's me. I confess, it's my fault.
I think, though, it's not just the job, though. It's the same as if you drive the same road every day, you can relax and drive it. If you're driving somewhere you've never been before, it's stressful and tiring because you've got to think about it. And you're in a brand new job, your first week in it. It's not walking into your normal job where you know what you're doing and you just crack on with it. And you know that if you want to Sky for an hour, you can sort of take an hour where you tune out and stuff. You're having to watch stupid fucking training videos and stuff like
I know that. No, don't say that because that makes it sound like I'm not doing anything.
But it's tiring. It's like doing training videos and stuff. Much more tiring than going in and just doing your normal job. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. I used to write the pod in my old job.
Right. Yeah, me too.
But I couldn't do that this week for obvious reasons. So I think it's my fault. It's a time management thing because I used to do that over the course of the week in my work.
Yeah.
Sort of spend a few sort of hours here and there. Sorry, old boss. Now I've not had that this week, so I've just thought, well, I'll do a bit when I get home, and I've just been so tired when I get home, and anyway, I'm just making excuses for myself. It's no excuses.
But you'll be working from home soon, so
yeah, exactly. So I'll do it then. Shh, don't. No. So yeah, my fault. Apologies. It's no excuse really, but please listen to us in a few weeks when we're refreshed, and we'll be on season 3. Fresh start, ready to go, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Well, we've done this podcast. We as we've said this before on episode 1, Mountains. You can probably fucking tell by listening to it. But James and myself, we just switched on our computers one night and said, "Let's record a podcast," and we just rattled it out. And since that day, we've
no structure, was there? Like we didn't think, we'll do this many episodes, and then we'll do this, and then it got to like 26 episodes or something
like that. Yeah,
like half a year worth of episodes. Then we thought, actually, we better have a bit of a sit down here and just slow it down a bit.
Yeah. And
then we come back on the
break.
Yeah, and then we come back on and we've done another 20 odd, and that's another. No, we're coming up to our year anniversary soon, I think, aren't we?
I know.
For recording anyway, not releasing, but. So yeah, it's hard going, like, just constantly week in, week out, trying to think up new stuff and trying to sort of write stuff and shit like that. So yeah, there might be a new structure sort of when we come back next time. Yeah. Just there might be. We'll have a look at it. We'll have a think about it. But we're definitely not going anywhere. We will be back.
It'll still be us though, and it'll still be dangerous. So don't give up. We'll be.
Don't give up. Have faith in us.
Yeah, don't delete
it's honestly, it's just literally, I've just not had the time to do it. I've just been absolutely shattered. When things sort of settle down a bit, I'll be back on it. So
I think it'll be either 2 or 3 weeks. Hopefully, just 2.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes,
and then we'll if at the very worst it'll be 3 weeks, we'll be back. But I need to know who are you going to do?
I was going to do Fred West, but I think
Right.
that put me off as well, because that's such a huge story, and it's not just
Yeah.
him either. It's Fred and Rose West, isn't it?
Mhm.
And I don't think you can do that in one episode. So I was kind of like umming and ahhing over that sort of last weekend. I was like, shall I do that? Shall I do that? So I was gonna, let me just check a name now. I'm not even. So I was thinking on the way home tonight. So I was thinking on the way home tonight to do. Oh bloody hell, lost it. Joanna Dennehy. You heard of her?
No.
No, that's why I wanted to do it. It's a bit unusual. It's like she just went on a rampage. You probably
Oh,
remember
really?
it was quite recent, actually. I think it was like 2011 or 2012. Say recent, yeah. But you remember, you must remember the picture. She's got like, she's like licking a huge knife and stuff, and she just went on a rampage and stabbed about 3 people.
Yeah, I do. I know the picture. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so I wanted to do a bit of a profile on her and that, but I just that was tonight, and I got in. I didn't feel great, and I'm disappointed. Don't be disappointed, because I'm disappointed in myself.
I hope you have enjoyed the episode anyway.
Even Fraser sounds disappointed.
I know. So no,
sorry, boss. Won't happen again.
How many times have we said it though? Let's not put shit out. I'd rather not do it than just throw something together and put shit out.
Precisely. Okay, we'll leave it there then. Thanks for the listen. Hope you enjoyed the news that we deliberately padded out.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the other side of this well-deserved break for both of us, I think.
So we're looking probably first week in September. You'll next hear of us, which is only a few weeks away.
Yeah, in the meantime, feel free to sort of email in and contact us on Facebook and the socials that we mentioned before. We're always happy to hear from everyone. So,
another thing I want to say, actually, a podcast has reached out to myself, and actually we've sort of become we've become friends with a couple of other podcasters over the time we've been doing this, and the podcast community has been actually really good. It's a really nice community. People are helpful. They want to talk to you.
Like really supportive as well. Everyone wants everyone else to do really well.
That's it, yeah. So we've been talking to another podcast, and we might actually do some sort of collaboration in the next.
Okay, hold your horses. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just talking about a 2-3 week break here, and now you're talking about collaborating with another podcast.
All I'm saying is you might hear our voices somewhere else.
Not within. No, I'm having a break. That's it.
Not in the next 3 weeks. Once we're back and up and running again. Definitely not in the next 3 weeks. I want my holiday. I'm looking forward to it.
I do.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you on the.
I'll be there, but
yeah, that's your own fault. Right. Well, we will see you on the other side, and thanks always for listening. And take care.
See you then. Thanks, James. Take care. Bye-bye.